The sun had barely risen over Pretoria when the nation's eyes turned toward the imposing High Court building. A line of journalists and cameramen stretched for blocks. Whispers of an explosive revelation had spread like wildfire overnight. Social media exploded with hashtags, #Courtroom Shock, #Political Scandal, #Truth Unveiled. Nobody knew what to expect, but everyone knew it would be monumental. Inside the courtroom, tension was palpable. Every eye was fixed on the witness stand, where the wife of prominent opposition leader, Thabo Ndlovu, would soon appear. Though the case was technically about inheritance disputes and private family matters, it had taken on a life of its own. Rumors swirled that the true issue was far more personal and far more shocking. When the doors opened, a hush fell over the room. Cameras clicked, capturing her every move. Her name was Amara Ndlovu, a woman whose poise had always commanded attention, but today her face betrayed a storm of emotions: fear, resignation, and determination. She walked with measured steps to the stand, clutching a small stack of papers as if they were armor. The judge, a stern woman known for her impartiality, nodded at Amara. "Madam Ndlovu," she began, her voice echoing in the silent courtroom, "you are under oath. You are required to speak the truth. This court is here to establish facts regarding the parentage of Mr. Thabo Ndlovu's children. Do you understand?" Amara nodded slowly, her lips pressed tight. The prosecutor, a man with a reputation for cutting through lies like a scalpel, leaned forward. "Madam Ndlovu, the court requires clarity. Who is the biological father of the children in question?" The courtroom went still. Every journalist held their breath. Every lawyer's pen hovered above paper, waiting to record history. Even Thabo Ndlovu, seated at the front with his legal team, looked unnervingly tense, a rare crack in his usually ironclad demeanor. For several moments, Amara said nothing. She looked down, took a shaky breath, and finally spoke. "I have carried this secret for years. Every smile I've given the public, every appearance I've made beside my husband, it has been with this truth weighing heavily on my heart." A murmur ran through the courtroom. Some reporters gasped. Others whispered urgently into their phones. Outside, social media was already alive with speculation. The judge's voice cut through the tension. "Madam Ndlovu, the court requires a direct answer. Who is the biological father?" Amara closed her eyes and inhaled deeply. When she spoke again, her voice was quiet but unwavering. "The children are not fathered by the man the nation believes." Shock rippled through the room. Cameras flashed. Reporters scribbled frantically. Thabo Ndlovu's face turned pale, his hands trembled as he gripped the edge of the table. "This is absurd," he shouted suddenly, rising to his feet. "This is a political setup. There are cameras, microphones, everything orchestrated. This is a witch hunt." The judge banged her gavel. "Order in the court. Sit down, Mr. Ndlovu. The witness has the right to speak." Amara opened a small envelope she had been carrying. She slid a series of letters across the stand. "These are the letters, messages, and proof I've kept hidden for years. I was afraid of what would happen if the truth came out. I feared for my family, for my life, for my children. But I cannot live with this secret any longer." The courtroom was silent. Even the stenographers paused, their fingers frozen above the keyboards. A reporter whispered to a colleague, "This is bigger than anything we've seen in decades. Bigger than any political scandal." Amara's voice grew firmer, stronger. "The biological father is someone who holds power, influence, someone no one would suspect, someone who has shaped the very political landscape of this country." Gasps erupted. Some of Thabo Ndlovu's aides exchanged worried glances. Outside, helicopters circled overhead. The nation was glued to live broadcasts. The prosecutor pressed further. "Madam Ndlovu, the court require